11 on your Wednesday morning. If you're just waking up and you're headed outside, it's going to be a little bit chilly.
Yeah, I got to bundle up again today.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We're in the middle of December, I guess, until further notice.
Yeah, every day you need the coat, you need hat, gloves.
The problem this morning is it's windy. It's not quite as cold on the thermometer, but the wind always goes right through you.
I know. It almost makes it feel worse.
It does. It certainly does. And although this afternoon in your 24, tons of sunshine, temps in the mid-30s, not bad, just like yesterday, but the wind is going to be sticking around. So it'll make it feel quite a bit colder today with that wind gusting to 20, 30 miles per hour from time to time. Then the wind relaxes tonight with a clear sky. And tomorrow we'll start with some sunshine, but the clouds will start to move in during the afternoon, and those clouds thicken up. And then eventually it's going to bring a wintry mix tomorrow night that will more than likely go over to rain in the valley, but perhaps some snow, quite a bit of snow in elevated areas, the Berkshires and the hill towns. Let's set the stage first. Well, plenty cold enough now for snow, and we actually had a few flurries last night, but now the skies have cleared on out and we have temps in the mid-20s. So you may be waking up to just a little bit of a feather dusting out there. Northwest wind at 14 miles per hour. We actually have quite a storm system that's offshore, bringing heavy snow to parts of Nova Scotia and eastern parts of Maine, but this is more or less just kind of drifting away from us as we go through the day today, but close enough that it is kicking up the breeze. This is the storm that we are watching that is bringing quite a bit of snowfall to the Plain States, where they have winter storm warnings. They have blizzard warnings in effect as well. Check out the Dakotas and Nebraska, parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin picking up that heavy snow. Meanwhile, in the south, they're dealing with flooding rains and severe weather across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. In fact, Storms Prediction Center is calling for that severe weather coming in out of the Gulf. A lot of energy with this system, a lot of moisture as well. A piece of this is going to break off. One piece goes into Canada, kind of just falls apart, but another piece comes out of the Gulf, slides to the mid-Atlantic, and then it's going to move right up the eastern shoreline, and that is what's going to bring us our precipitation. Now, the big question, of course, is what form is it going to come in? It does look like in the valley, like we've been talking about the last couple of days, that it may be a mix and then primarily liquid, especially right along the Connecticut River in the valley, greater Springfield, points south and east. But there will be areas that get quite a bit of snow in western Mass, the elevated areas, especially Berkshire County, but even western parts of Franklin and Hampshire County as well. So this is our future cast. This takes us tomorrow night, Thursday night now. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, you can see that moisture is right on our doorstep, and then it will work its way through the area between about 8 p.m. and midnight. It'll likely come in light, and it will come in as snow in the hills, a mix in the valley, but it does look like in the valley, right along Interstate 91 up to Greenfield, it goes over to rain for the most part, while it'll be snowing across parts of Franklin County, the hill towns, and the higher terrain. And that will likely be the theme as we go into Friday as well. We're in the middle and upper 30s in the valley, lower 30s across the hills and higher terrain where it's just cold enough for snow. Winter storm watch is already in effect for northern Berkshire County and Vermont. That perhaps will be extended as we get closer to the event. Precipitation type, mainly rain in the valley, mixed terrain. When you start to add some elevation, places like Worthington, Northampton perhaps, but elevated areas, I should say, Worthington, may end up all snow. In western parts of Hampshire County, western parts of Franklin County, northern Berkshire County, it's right in here. That would be the bullseye for the snow, while the valley, it's mainly rain. So we might end up with some flakes, maybe at the onset an inch or two, and then temperatures moderate just enough that it goes over to rain. We hang on to snow a little bit longer. Places like Northampton, maybe up to about Greenfield, and then you start to add elevation, and that's where the snow will start to pile up. Northern Berkshire County, western Franklin County. So it's going to be the haves and have-nots across the valley. The valley, not much. Western parts of western Franklin County in the hill towns, that's where we'll see the higher amounts. The way it looks now, slight change in the track would mean, well, that would change everything, but that's the way it's still setting up for Friday. So it'll be a cold rain in the valley, the wintry mix and snow across the hills. There'll be some wind too. It'll gust to about 30. And in areas that get over 6 inches of snow, and you have winds gusting to 30 or 35, that could lead to some isolated power outages. I think it winds down Friday night as a few snow showers everywhere. And then Saturday and Sunday, after maybe some snow showers in the morning, it's generally dry and blustery. So a complex storm moving on in, but it's generally elevation, snowstorm, the valley, mainly a rainstorm. All right, well, more coming up in just a few minutes. Amanda and David, back to you.
Dan, thanks.